You need to do more than just stock up on food. You need to be self-sufficient. I've been telling you to stock up on food and to try to get a year's supply. As a beginning prepper, I know it seems impossible, but it is doable and it needs to be done. However, after watching the other prepper channels and looking at the news and seeing what's happening in terms of the shortages, supply chain problems, lockdowns, I've been thinking, suppose they are right, and we need to be self-sufficient within 3 years. I mean, who would have thought the last year and a half would have involved lockdowns, restrictions, toilet paper shortages, so anything is possible. I've been pondering what I would need to have to be self-sufficient or almost self-sufficient. Don't sit there and ask why. Think about everything that is happening now that you never thought possible. Supply chain shortages, higher prices for food, higher prices for gas, for oil, cyber attacks on meat producers and banks, and these cyber attacks will get worse. What if they shut down the electric grid? To think that it might not happen is wishful thinking. An energy crisis that could cause a spike in prices and shortages, more pandemics. Anything is possible these days. So what do you need to be self-sufficient? Really give it some serious thought. First of all, we need to grow our own food. For those of you who have never gardened, you can't just throw seeds into the ground and expect a great harvest. Gardening takes time and much trial and error. I am now changing my recommendation of having a year's worth of food to having 3 years of food. Yikes, 3 years of food! Don't panic and say I can't. The worst thing you can do is feel overwhelmed and not even start. Again, as I've said before, just get started. A few extra cans or bags of rice each week will add up. Will there be another government stimulus check? Probably not, but if there is, spend it on your food storage. And I want you to stay tuned for some videos on part-time gigs you can do from home to make extra money. So what do we need to be self-sufficient within 3 years? Well, I'm going to try for that 3-year food supply. I kind of laugh now because I'm still at the 3-month mark. So again, we were looking for 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, a year. Now we're going for 3 years. But I'm at the 3-month mark and I'm going for a year, and then I'm going for 3 years. So what do we need? We need a garden. Now you will be supplementing your food storage with your garden, but you want to grow some calorie-dense foods, and then you're going to can or dehydrate any excess that you have. One thing you can do is grow sprouts and microgreens. You can do that all winter long right inside your house. The other thing we'd have to know if we're going to do a garden is how you're going to get fertilizer. What are you going to do for insect control? Learn how to grow hydroponically. After you've figured out what to do for your garden, and I didn't mention, get seeds. You should stock up on seeds now before it's impossible to get seeds. You might want to get chickens or rabbits. Now, Bill has wanted me to get chickens for a long time now, but I've been saying no, I don't want the hassle, because I would be the one who would have to do everything for them. Now I'm rethinking it. Think to yourself, if there's no electricity, what will you need? Well, water is a necessity, so find a source of water. Get a water filter. Get rain barrels. You can't store enough water, so how will you get it? You're going to need heat. If at all possible, put in a wood stove. Oil and gas, if available, will be priced out of this world. You can't store enough fuel for 3 years, but wood is usually available. If you don't have access to wood, make sure you find someone who sells it and you know where to go to get it. Did you ever think that even if you have a wood stove, you can't really cook on it in the summertime? And it'd have to be so hot just to boil water? So figure out how you will cook outside over an open fire. Get a cast iron Dutch oven. Get a fry pan. What are you going to do about your garbage? Will you burn it? Where are you going to burn it? What about pest control? No running to the store for ant and wasp spray or rat traps. Think about a solar generator or solar power packs. Power packs are a lot cheaper than the generators. What about refrigeration? Can you get a small one that'll work with your solar power pack? Look into it now. Start saving now, a little bit each week until you can buy what you need. The most important thing you can do right now is to get your food supply. The way to go about all of this without feeling overwhelmed is to find others who will start prepping with you. You say, you will grow food, I will have the chickens. You get the solar generator and I'll get the canning supplies. Have a communal garden. You take care of the medical necessities and I will cut your hair. Trade your skills. Get together with some other people. Try to form a group who will be there for you when the times get hard. Protect one another from the unprepared who want to take your supplies. Start thinking about all of these things now. Don't put your head in the sand and say, I can't do all of this, so I won't do anything. You've got to start doing it. You've got to start it. Start prepping now and start with food. Think about gardening. Think about heat. Think about everything. Think about sanitation. You have to have it all, and if we're going to be self-sufficient in 3 years, which I'm looking at and saying, oh my God, am I ever going to be self-sufficient in 3 years? Don't think so. But it's not going to hurt to try.
Now, if you have any tips or ideas or anything we can use or what we should watch out for or the mistakes you made, be sure to let us know in the comments. And also, if you want us to cover any aspect of prepping, leave that in the comments too. But please subscribe.